damage. More dagger. Dagger, 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 dagger. Go down, boys. Get crappy. Go down, boys. They're stuck in, boys. Go down, boys. Get crappy. Go down, boys. They're stuck in, boys. Always try to fight and win. Great is always the best. That's dead or not. You just get damaged. More dagger. Dagger, 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 dagger. Go down, boys. Get crappy. Go down, boys. They're stuck in, boys. Go down, boys. Get crappy. Go down, boys. They're stuck in, boys. Always try to fight and win. Great is always the best. That's dead or not. You just get damaged. More dagger. Dagger, 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 dagger. Go down, boys. Get crappy. Go down, boys. They're stuck in, boys. Go down, boys. Get crappy. Go down, boys. They're stuck in, boys.
I do like that. I do like that song. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Lazy Mini Painting. I'm Laz, the peculiar person who for some reason sits here and does this twice a week. But hey, thank you very much for showing up, everybody. Graham, thank you as well for what you've done all them LEDs and they're all working. Thank you very, 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 very much. As I said, the speakers I can replace. I do have 2 speakers that aren't popped, so I'm okay there. I am. But that does mean that I can start working on the front plate, because obviously the front plate is going to be the same. And yeah, I can start archifying that, which is good. Yay. So that's what I can start working on tonight. Mini Laz has been helping me work on positions. And that's what he's come up with helping me with the lights. So the blue stuff kind of goes more with the electric-y stuff, like with the blue and green more around here, so if I can get it, and reds and yellows are more in the red and yellow areas. I think he's done alright, in fairness. I think he's done alright. I believe that is Ali. Yes, it is. Of course it is. She said good evening, lads, and hi to Sparkles as well. Good evening, Ali. I do have to... No, I want that on. I don't want to do that. I've got to do stuff. Yeah. I just need to... do that. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so I can turn lights off now. Turn lots of lights off. Under this light they look okay, but when they're not under these lights they don't. Right, some of them I'm going to have to pop out because of where I'm painting. Just because of where I'm painting. Let's find out how much of a pain it is that he's made me put them in. He's made me double loop it round. Gray was probably stressed thanks to me. Probably thinking, Laz, you are the most useless person on this planet. Your ideas are great, but next time I'm getting the stuff for you when we plan. Good evening, Twisted. And anybody who has turned up into the portrait mode, I'm sorry at the moment, I can't quite read that. So we also do D&D as well. In fact, if you like D&D, you are more than welcome to help out with the D&D game that I'm trying to do over Discord, which is free, by the way. So yes. So yes, the Discord is free. Sorry, I'm getting slightly distracted here. Just trying to find out which paint it is that somebody's missing. That should help me do that. Okay, so I'm not happy with up here, with where little Gretchen Grot dude is. See, under the lights, when I'm looking at it through the camera, all this looks nice and bright, but it is nowhere near as bright as I would like it to be because it's a lot higher up. There's a lot of places that are actually rather dull, and I need to brighten them a lot. A lot. Because even the orcs themselves stand out brighter to some degree. Although I will have to come back and brighten up some of this armour as well, I think. Can I get it to let me view the bigger chat now? Joshua! Haha, nice. Hello, Joshua. Hope you're still in. I will just managed to make the chat big enough. No idea what that's about. But then again, people can have conversations on their own. That is perfectly fine. Do I want to use Astra Militarum Grey? Do I want to brighten it up that much and then... See, because standard bulk on metal is not good enough, and I'm not sure where my brighter steel is. Or my brighter metal is. Let's have a look, see if it's in this tub. Hopefully it's in this tub. If it's in this tub, that's going to be awesome. Have I just pressed control pad buttons? I have just pressed control pad buttons. And I don't know what's going on. Stuff's going on and I don't like it. Exit. Don't. Why are you starting Steam? Why is it starting Steam? Oh, having a control pad connected is really not fun. I need to disconnect that when I'm streaming. I've just decided. Right. So I'm looking for a brighter silver than what a normal silver bolt gun metal kind of colour is. That's what I'm looking for, a brighter one. Whether or not I find one in this tub is a different bloody matter. But I'm going to look for it. I've got more lead belcher, that's good. But I don't want lead belcher, I want something brighter. Something brighter, please. That's basalt. Great, that is definitely not brighter. I really should have done this earlier. Ah, Abyssinian cat mod. Fair enough. Aha! I believe I've just found Stormhost Silver, which is a much, much brighter silver. I'm just going to have to give this a damn good shake at the moment. A very damn good shake. Ooh. I caught the live stream, I believe all that was taken from, so. Well, I didn't catch the live stream, I went back and watched it. And guessing what your desired effect is going to be. I'm guessing it's going to work. Should have done this at the start of the stream, really, but I weren't sure where the paint was. Not before the start. I really need to learn how to do mixing. Really need to start to learn how to do mixing. Right. First colour is a stupidly bright colour. I'm not happy with stupidly bright colours. Don't like them very much. Especially this one. This is one paint I'm never usually keen on. But still, we're going to get some out. We're going to put some on the wet palette and we're going to see what we can do with it. Yeah, this is new. I'm going for the light colours. I don't... It's just... Yeah, it's too dark up there. It just needs... And yeah, see, I've already overdone it. I'm supposed to be a little bit brighter up at the top. Because it's very, very, very dark. Mainly because of the paints that I used. And the washes that I've used. See, I don't want to completely get rid of that, but that's a lot brighter. Oh no, this is new. Oh, this is a new video. Okay. Let's see, I caught the live stream. And you did say you was going to try and get a video and a short out of it. But with Graham's far better success than me so far, I believe we may get at least something akin to what we wish, even if you're having to just buy a cheap Bluetooth bloody radio and connect the boards somehow. or if I can get the Bluetooth bit working and Graham can get the other bit working, then yeah, if Graham gets it all working, that's awesome. I really should do this on Guns for Space Marine, shouldn't I? I'm going to have to go over all the guns. You just need to figure out how to edit that one down into the... Fair enough. Yeah, I had a look at editing just to try and take a snippet of a video from what should have been pretty goddamn basic, really. But turned out not to be. Brightening up stuff you've had to do once or twice and 17 times. Evening, Beaky. Evening, mate. Yeah, having to brighten all this up now after I've painted it all and dulled it all down. Bit of a pain in the ass, not gonna lie. Especially when you're trying to do the one thing that you have never been able to do, which is essentially edge highlighting. Basically, I'm trying to edge highlight this thing, and I've never been able to edge highlight. Bloody useless at it. Yes, this stream is also on landscape mode for those people on portrait. Oh, if you can still chat on portrait, I've got the chat slightly larger at the moment, so providing your colour doesn't come up as something really difficult to see, I should be alright. Should be. I'm not saying I'm gonna be. Should and are, yeah, two different things. And this is where Twisted goes, that's not where the light's gonna, and starts having a go at me for bad highlighting technique. But I literally just want to brighten the tops. That's all I'm trying to do is those areas that I think should be brighter, I'm trying to make a bit brighter. And then I'm going to work up with some of the yellow as well. I think the yellow's a bit dull for what it needs to be. That's not an edge highlight, I pretty much painted the entire panel there. See, that was more of an edge highlight. Even though you couldn't actually see that one because it was out of shot, because yeah, along there. You want to know something? With the amount of spraying that I've done on this, I'm surprised that there's actually areas that have not been hit properly. I'm really surprised at that. So as I said, there is electrical problems at the moment. So Graham is in the process of helping me resolve those electrical problems, which means I've got to make sure I can get all the other stuff now. I'm far over enough now. See, this project, because of its scale, actually works out better watching it in portrait mode, because for some reason that camera displays it a hell of a lot easier and better. I'm not sure why, but it just does. So I'm assuming it's going to be a smaller screen, which is not necessarily a good thing. I've viewed stuff on screens from phones and etc. and yeah, if you're trying to see small detail, they don't really work too well. Unless you've got some way of zooming. If you can zoom in, then that works perfectly fine. That helps. My Chinese ripoff though can't do that, so I have to struggle. And thank you very much, Ollie. It is slowly getting there. Angles. Angles make a lot of difference. Oh, this is just bright silver as well. Just a brighter silver. Doing this with a dry brush, I bloody think. However, metallics are an absolute pain to get off. Hopefully the brighter silver will do more reflecting from the lights when they're on. Hopefully they do anyway. I know they're probably supposed to be skull white, but them ones are going to be silverish. And just because of how dark the rest of it is, I am having to go this bright. Miros, hello. We're doing a bit of cleanup and highlight staging at the moment, which, as you can imagine on something this big, is absolutely wonderfully enjoyous. You have tons of bendy legs. You do have arcs. You still have about 20 odd arcs, plus a character or two. Because you got the full combat patrol, didn't you? you were one of them people who like paid Hachette direct and got it delivered direct, so you got it in four magazine chunks. But you got everything. You did get everything, including the Lord and Juggernaut, which I would like, and another 10 Berserkers, which I would also like. Too much. Edging highlights the firelight of my night. It's not. Bloody isn't. Because I know I'm going to have missed almost 90% of the bloody shit I'm supposed to get. No worries. No worries. How you doing, Ross? Well, obviously you're feeling better, I hope, because that's why you're back. I'm glad you're feeling better as well. Obviously, you were ill, and it wasn't pleasant, and you don't need me to tell you that. Go from gun to gun to gun to gun to gun to gun to gun, gun to gun to gun to gun to gun to gun to gun, gun to gun to gun to gun to gun to gun to gun, and gun to gun to gun to gun, and make them all right and bright. Or at least the parts that are supposed to be ish. This is way more difficult than the magical world. This is just ridiculous. It doesn't have any structure. It has no. It's orky. It is literally orky. I can't say anything more than that. It's just cobbled together out of bits and expected to work and function. And as far as a piece to look at goes, yeah, I think it does work and function. It still has one more function it needs to do, though. Louis. Yes, you did. You made it to another. I can't fit any more Dakar on. That reminds me, I've got a plasma cannon back there. Thank you. Crap. I hate these bits. Especially when you can't see them right. Pain in the ass. Same with doing the brighter bits on some of these. If you've not got the right type of brush and it just really fucks up, then yeah. Especially using metallic, it just fucks up. You don't get the option really. doing anything else. So when it comes to the Christmas tree lights, I figured out I've got to extend the wires. That should be easier than the circuit board stuff, at least. So I just need to extend the wires on the Christmas tree lights. That should be easily done. I think that should be easily done. I'm probably completely wrong, aren't I? Thank you very much, Lou, because yeah, see, I never had an intention for what this channel was going to become or ever be when I made it. It was just a reason to force me to sit down and paint. Just so happens that, yeah, there's a small community building up around me. And that's not a bad thing, that's a good thing, and it's growing naturally of people who think, no, that's alright, that. I like him, he's not a dick, well, he is a dick, but he's not a complete dick. And he's quite chill, and he's relaxed, and there's no pressure on it, he's not a great painter, you don't have to pump out a golden demon thing just to, no. Anything half decent is probably better than he's painted anyway. But he still gets out on paints, and it's a nice quality, and it seems to evolve like that. And it's evolved like that because of subscribers and people who keep showing up, like Ali and yourself, Graham, Twisted. But it's so thank you for making it like that. It's a nice place to be, I think. Unless you're a troll. New people might not be aware of this, but if a troll comes in, then you have free reign to basically make them feel as small as possible and belittle them before the moderators get a chance to kick them. So there is a fun game to play sometimes. So there's always that one. Good evening, Carl. Good evening. I notice your bug arm is growing. Almost be as big as mine soon. That's not... Well, actually, that should be quite fun. Bugs against bugs. That could be quite fun. Right, is there anything on here that needs it? Because not only have I got to do it on them, I'm going to have to do it on all the actual Ork stuff as well. So... probably the sharper edges. If I actually get it in camera. Get it in shot, lads. You're an absolute moron. Get it in shot. So just bring out the blade a little bit more if I can. Make it look like it is actually usable as a chopper. I mean, of course it is. It's in the hands of a bloody Ork. You can give them a stick and it's usable as a chopper. Yeah, Tyranids have a tendency to multiply. Put it this way, I wanted a 2,000 point army, I've ended up with a 3,000. Just because I wanted choices. I didn't have enough big bugs, so I got 2 of the biggest bugs. Just to even out a bit. I've got 3 not very good big bugs as far as I'm concerned for what I've got. Which are the psychophages. I don't think they're actually that good for the army that I've got as Tyranids. But I've got them. 2 Screamer Killers are alright, just throw them at whatever army and whatever is in front of them and go, right, kill it. Or get killed. But either way, he's not going to like it. Ooh, you finished a Warhoundish model this week. There's a lot of choices with Tyranids. There's a lot of choices. What you can always do is you can always print one out and go, right, Laz, you paint that up, and then let me throw it against your Necrons, because that's the only army you've got painted. And then we'll see how it goes. Does mean I might have to get a bigger box from a Tyranids. Oh well. It's like just a 10-man unit of gargoyles. See how it works as a interference nuisance unit. And you can play them by all means. You can play them. But just see how it goes. See if they work how you wish them to. See if you think running them in Vanguard would be better than running them in Invasion. Although I think Invasion Fleet's probably the most versatile one, so slight bias there. It's just because you get to choose at the start of the battle whether or not you're going to be good against infantry or vehicles or... yeah. You get a choice. Which is nice. You need to look at that codex first. Well, I believe you're coming down on Saturday, so... Paul Sparkles is probably going to hate me. Because we're just going to be talking Warhammer all night. I'm going through Tyranids and looking at scales for models and blah, 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 blah. Because I can show you the scale for a Hive Tyrant, I can show you the scale for a Narn, I can show you the scale for a Screamer Killer Carnifex as opposed to just standard Carnifex, which is not too dissimilar. One's just a little bit more hunched over without the face. Well, as you're planning your Tyranid force, we can try things out. Plus it also means we both get more games in against more different armies, because, well, who knows, if you're using my Tyranids, who knows what I'm going to use. Khorne aren't completely finished yet. And neither are all the tanks for the Imperial Guard. But the Guard are done good enough. That's one army that could definitely do with some loving. Is the Guard. I need to do some attention to them. Definitely. Then just one of the units. The Bio Titan. The Bio Titan. For the points, you might as well just get some Narns and some Carnifexes. They'll do just as much damage, and they'll split the wounds over targets. Bleeding Bio Titan. You know how you've already got a Titanic monster for your Tau. You've got your is it Storm Surge. You don't need Titanic monsters. What you need is normal monsters. Personally, I wouldn't go for the harvester kind. Hierophant. Yeah, that's a bloody thing. That's it. That's the big. It doesn't have a base. It just stands on its legs, and if you can get within its legs, then you can attack it. Because the damn thing's huge. They don't want to give 12-inch bases out. He won't be able to go anywhere. Yeah, I'm dropping off camera again. Hero Forge reminded me about models. That is some place you can go for D&D models, but you're paying a bloody premium for single models on that point. A very, very much premium. It's, jeez. Just make it shiny. Don't change too much, just make it shiny. Or shinier in some cases. It's not Titanic. You're gonna make me get the codex out in a minute, aren't you? Hierophant. What the bloody hell's a Hierophant? I thought that was a Biotitan. Where to put the codex? I'm looking for the Tyranid codex because Calm's a pain. I don't want Crusade rules. Right. Zone Throats from Ryan's Leapers. Venom Throats. Tyrant Guard. Totskin Tyrant effects. Drop Paddy thing. Turf against Spawnlands, Spellcast, no. Sacrifice, Nuclear Spell. Morlock? No, Morlock. LED Bud finished and working. Graham, this is why you rule. This is why you're awesome. What is it I'm looking for again? Hierophant. Next, Queen Deathly, Current Effect, Barb, Gaunts, Bio Rose, Ravenous. Gene Steel, Noragons. 2 types of warriors. 2 types of gaunts, Parasite Mortrex, Gargoyle. Both One Eye, Brood Lord, Swarm Lord, Neurolictor. Both the Norns. All the Tyrants and a Prime. It is not in this edition codex. Oh, the Storm Stage isn't Titanic. Right. I'm questioning that. I'm sure that bloody big thing's Titanic. It's huge. Look at it, massive. Right. Next would be bring out the yellows into the highest tone, which is going to be Flash Gets Yellow. And then we've got to find a really, really bright scarlet for the red. So, by the sounds of it, providing all the components are working, Graham, this is going to be excellent. I need to get my backside in gear to have the casing finished and ready, so that it can all be transferred over safely. Or at least the parts of the casings that are going to be at the front and I'm going to need to get ready. If you're having so much luck, I'm full confidence that the other board's going to work as well. As you said, there's a speaker broken, but I do have a speaker to replace that, so I can put that straight away in the box to realise what I'm doing with it. And that should make it a whole heap easier. Which does mean I'll have to make an absolute crap ton of arc glyphs of some kind. I'm going to have to really brighten that bit up with red, because it's got a big splotch of yellow in his pat there. Well, because there's two separate board components, it's a bit of a fiddly one to check properly. Because both board components work together to make it work, so it's like, you son of a... And if you've not done one, you can't really test the other, and so on and so forth. Well, as long as there is a working speaker, you can test for workingness if both boards are done. Sorry, I'm completely missing all this. He's a lot more difficult to brighten up than this guy, because he's got nice big flat broad shoulders. He's not as much of a pain in the ass. Painting. It is much brighter. Probably going to be more visible across this guy once I'm doing properly. do 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 do. Brighter hours. Good night, Ali. Thank you for calling in. And I feel sorry for our trolls. Because now the moderator's left. So who has the advantage on that one? Oh, we know who that is. That would be the people in chat. Right. Where else do I need to... Do I need to do that? No, I've already done that. Already done that bit. Already done. No, it's the bit that I really don't like. Because it's awkward. Just getting these edges again. Some of these edges are a real pain. In some cases, they don't brighten it up that much. So I practically need to paint them. Right. Let's bring this over a bit more so I can now see a bit better. And some people probably thinking, I was wobbling an awful lot there, lads. And you'd be right, it is. But, well, you tell an Ork mech about structural integrity and see what he says to you. I got told to zog off. Called a stupid Umi. And then was spat at. So, what do I know, eh? Oh, I know which two chips you're on about. Is it the two ridiculously tiny chips where I think I've burnt one? Yeah, they are. They scary, aren't they? They scary. I'm glad you said that. I thought I was being a bit of a... No, they can't be that bad. No, them two chips are fucking tiny. Well, that is because I'm a squishy human, I suppose. Good evening, Lee. Good evening. Where's Lee? Ah, there's Lee. I was wondering where he is then, but he's got a big, long blue name. So brightening up yellows, which means getting all the little grots as well. I think I've dropped one down the back over there, which isn't going to be fun, but oh well. We'll have to go get him anyway, but I've got to get the grots. And that light's just too bright to paint that grot under, because otherwise, yeah, the yellow's still white anyway. Probably need a diffuser, whatever one of those is. I think it's like a piece of paper. Yeah, I had to paint him with the yellow thing, really, didn't I? No real other colour I could have painted it in. Not without getting flagged by YouTube. No worries, Lee. You have a good night, mate. Right, so he's brightened up. And he goes... Well, he's actually supposed to go up there somewhere. But obviously he won't stay there until he's glued. And I've actually got to find somewhere proper for him to stand. But yeah, he's supposed to be. Probably going to be there. If he stays up. Just like the other one, which is back here, which is going to go up on the yellow side. And then we've got the one in here, who's hidden away ready sniping. I forgot about him. I keep missing him. It's because he's hid away so well. Little snipey snipe. And he goes right back in there, he does. Very hidden grot. This one, however, stands proud as a punch up here. When I glue him on. Oops, not even in camera shot there. I've probably just done a technique I didn't even realise I was doing when I used water to help move the thingy around. I think that's called glazing or wet blending or something, I don't know. And just know if you make it a bit wetter, it takes longer to dry. You can move it around a bit more. That's how it works, isn't it? I don't know what the technique's called. I think fancy techniques, you just add water. Don't add as much water. That's it. Oh crap, my credits list. Yeah. Shit. Okay. We're gonna have some fun with Discord later. For instance, like, oh, Where's my chat box now? Will it even let me see some of the messages because they weren't on? Were they? Weren't they? No, they were on. They were on Lance. They were on portrait mode. I can't scroll through them. Ah, crap. I don't know the full screen names. I'm going to have to go back through it. I'm going to have to go back through streams because I don't know the full screen names for everybody. I just know, like, what I call them. Which is usually a much abbreviated version of a very long name that I can't pronounce. So I'm going to have to go back through all the videos and find screen names. Right, okay. I can do that. I can do that. Honest guff. I can do that. Right, so let's move that back so it is a little bit more in view now. Oh, I keep forgetting to do that. Right, where's it gone? Where have we put it? No, that's the top, that's the other side, which don't really matter as much. This one is the one with... Whoa! Nearly toppled over on my chair, that's not good. This one is the one. It shouldn't be back here, but I'm going to check anyway. With the thing, isn't it? Oh, there it is. Right, so remembering that the button has to go, this button has to go on this side. We've come to the conclusion that when I painted it this way, I completely screwed it up. But this way around, I'm alright. Do have to clean some of this up a little bit. Which should be doable because it's sticky stuff. But now I can actually paint the... start painting those. Yay! The joys of painting. The joys of painting. That's the... we need to start with my fist on red. Where's my fist on red? That's corn red. Where's my fist on red? We don't have Evil Sun's red. Is that Evil Sun's Scarlet is... yeah, it is. It's darker than the two, so that's not too bad. We can sort that out as it is. It should work this time because I've already scuffed it up. Only a little bit. Didn't do too much. Just enough so it'll take paint. Although last time I did have things taped on it. So here we go. Not guaranteeing a flat coating. Yes, I know it is going the wrong way around and I just realised that, so I'll have to wipe all that off. Let's start again on the yellow side. Because that's the side that's actually going to be the red side. Because I'm an idiot. So I'm going to have to go through. Hopefully Discord will provide most of the names for me. But if not, I will watch the video back on a larger screen so I can see. the actual chat box from both when it comes up in the little green box that everyone else can see except for me. Well, everyone else can see relatively clearly except for me. On horizontal mode anyway. Can't see it at all on portrait mode because it's bleeding tiny, so I don't put it up. It's absolutely ridiculous, you can't see it. Painting something orky red. Painting something orky red. Everyone goes for nice and neat and flat. But remember, these fungus only want to fight. So painting's the last thing they want to do. They'll slap it on any way you will. So let's all paint it like an art tonight. Now we've got to glyph it and dag it and all sorts of other stuff. No worries, Twisted. I will catch you later, mate. You enjoy your food. Food is always good. Actually, I'm quite hungry. Anyone else fancy a bit of a snack break? I fancy a bit of a snack break. And then I've got to do that side yellow. And then we've got, because obviously we know this is where the board itself's going to be, but certain bits like up to about here is going to be stuff with, yeah, I got a message. I don't know where it's from, but I don't think it's from anything particularly. No, it's not from anything. It's not. At least not anyway. I am actually getting quite peckish, although I've not finished my brew yet. So yellow first, I think. And we're going to go straight for Ariel yellow. We're going to go straight for a brighter yellow rather than going for the Avalon Sunset. We're going to go for that one. Is that screen still open? Yeah, it is. Now, the arcing method isn't quite as easy with yellow, because yellow definitely will take more than one coat. Likes to catch at edges, not so much over large areas. But at least we've got a rough idea where to go up to because of the red from the other side. And we've got to try not to paint the bloody screws in. Snapping, not much of a problem. Just adds to effect. But we want to be able to keep the central area clear for Graham's fantastic light arrangement. That is a very, 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 very rough. Just trying to even out as much as I can, so that when I do come back over with the second coat, because I'm going to have to, it becomes a little bit easier. But I'm going to go for a snap break. Grab some because I'm hungry. Not eating much today. I'm going to come back and paint more yellow and archiglyphs and other stuff. So, in the meantime, close that down. Play the music, and before I want to play the music, I want to make me disappear. Ba-boom. Move the rogues and hobbies. And then I can also set this going again and see you soon.
Musings, always trying to fight and win. Great is always the best. That's dead or not. You just get garbage. More dagger. Dagger, 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 dagger. Go down, boys. Get crappy. Go down, boys. Be stuck in, boys. Go down, boys. Get crappy. Go down, boys. Be stuck in, boys. Musings, always try to fight and win. Great is always the best. That's dead or not. You just get garbage. More dagger. Dagger, 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 dagger. Go down, boys. Get crappy. Go down, boys. Be stuck in, boys. Go down, boys. Get crappy. Go down, boys. Be stuck in, boys. Musings, always try to fight and win. Great is always the best. That's dead or not. You just get garbage. More dagger. Dagger, 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 dagger. Go down, boys. Get crappy. Go down, boys. Be stuck in, boys. Go down, boys. Get crappy. Go down, boys. stuck in pause. Musings, always ready to fight and win. Great is always the best. That's dead or nice. You just get garbage. More dagger. Dagger, 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 dagger. Go down, boys. Get cracking. Go down, boys. Get stuck in, boys. Go down, boys. Get cracking. Go down, boys. Get stuck in, boys. Musings, always ready to fight and win. Great is always the best. That's dead or nice. You just get garbage. More dagger. Dagger, 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 dagger. Go down, boys. Get cracking. Go down, boys. Get stuck in, boys. Go down, boys. Get cracking. Go down, boys. Get stuck in, boys. Musings, always ready to fight and win. Great is always the best. That's dead or nice. You just get garbage. More dagger. Dagger, 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 dagger. Go down, boys. Get cracking. Go down, boys. Get stuck in, boys. Go down, boys. Get cracking. Go down, boys. Get stuck in, boys. Musings, always ready to fight and win. Great is always the best. That's dead or nice. You just get garbage. dagger, 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 dagger. Go down, boys. Get cracking. Go down, boys. Be stuck in, boys. Go down, boys. Get cracking. Go down, boys. Be stuck in, boys. Musings, always ready to fight and win. Great is always the best. That's dead or not. You just get damaged. More dagger, 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 dagger. Go down, boys. Get cracking. Go down, boys. Be stuck in, boys. Go down, boys. Get cracking. Go down, boys. Be stuck in, boys. Musings, always ready to fight and win. Great is always the best. That's dead or not. You just get damaged. More dagger, 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 dagger. Go down, boys. Get cracking. Go down, boys. Be stuck in, boys. Go down, boys. Get cracking. Go down, boys. Be stuck in, boys.
That was a lot, wasn't it? That was a lot of run-throughs. Hope everybody's okay. Hope anyone stayed around. That was a long break for this time, I know. I do apologise. But I just said I needed snacks, and in this case I've got hot cross buns toasted with butter. I do dislike painting yellow. I really do. What happens to the song? Sorry, mate, you've got to put me waffling crap now. Although once the project's actually finished, I may actually try filming a short video of at least the song on the stage working if it's working properly, and I hope it will be. With possibly some nicely edited shots. Who knows? Who knows? Although Louis, you've just reminded me I need to start making a list to send over to Twisted, so we can go back through DaVinci Resolve and put the end credits screen with more names on it as more people have joined and come to join us. You're more of a Space Marine Guard player and you dabble in Gene Stealer cults. Ooh, I've got a load of Gene Stealer cults I've got nothing to do with. Alright, I was considering giving away on Patreon, but Patreon doesn't seem to be working, so. I know I've got a rock grinder, and I've got some other stuff. I know I've got it's a Magus, and then some other things for like concrete posts and slabs and stuff, and then some guardy dudes, and then a guy with like a, I don't know what I've got. It's Gene Stealer cults. I've never paid attention to them. It's never been one that I'm interested in. I just know it's about 500 points worth on the table at the moment. It's essentially the old combat patrol but without the bikes. We've got the rock grinder instead, kind of. Yeah, that type of thing. I might still take another layer of yellow, that. I still might take another layer of yellow. The red's still going to take another layer of red as well. Oh, wunderbar. 3 layers. Well, 3 layers of yellow, 2 layers of red. Should probably do it with a bigger brush, really. I'll mask it off and do it with spray. Probably make more sense. Just thinking about glyph and Arcanus placement. How to make this more archy. Flip it the right way around first. Good idea. I'm going to try drawing on some art glyphs. and then we've got to paint them. And we'll see how they look going forward from there. So some dags, some checks, and a bit of an orky skull. Lucky! Yeah, I'm left-handed, and yeah, I use the pencil. Because he's orcs, and if it works, it works. Don't question it. Tiny little bony spikes, because I don't like using white. One page rules is rhino with flamethrowers only. Is how much? 150 points? 250, 200, jeez, bloody expensive for a rhino. Did you know it's a rhino, don't they? It's not like it's a repulsor or anything, it's a rhino. Could do a burnt fur, I suppose. It might just look like black fur though, because getting the charred effect on the underside of whatever the main colour is might be difficult. I'm not saying you're not capable of it, I'm just saying it's going to be hard for us normals. So rather than going with charred fur, we just go for black fur, which is kind of just deep recessed grey fur anyway. Oh, very dark brown. Just because the amount of highlighting you'd have to do just to make sure it didn't end up as just flat black. That's the problem with both black and white. They don't take well to detail really on their own. They need something else. Yeah, what's going on? also some very, very basic art glyphs. It's not heresy. See, the difference is some people are right-handed, I'm correct-handed. Do all these in black yet as well, these little squares. These aren't fun to do in any colour. They're really not fun if you mess one up. Which I think I may have done on a few of these red ones. Or a few for this red side. I think I might have neffed a few up. Ah, shit. Do you know something? I probably had transfers somewhere that I could have done this with. I just wouldn't have felt right with the rest of the project being the way it was. I'm just going to have to clean all them white ones up with black in a moment. A couple of these going over again, and the skull. Just try and make some sure certain areas stand out with this. I'll grab that piece of paper that I wanted. Because I need to make it. No, don't put the pencil down for the paintbrush when you want to try and write something. Make sure I get this right, yeah. Okay. I think that's how you spell it. Right, okay. I was making an updated list for Twisted. And I can't forget to do that. Because that's important. Chaos Black, that I hope is going to work. Yes. Chaos Black, that should work. Or is it a bad and black? It's a bad and black now, isn't it? I should still have loads of this somewhere. I know I've got loads of Calgar blue and McCrag blue and that type of stuff, but I should have loads of that black somewhere as well. Right. Let's at least try and neaten up the inside ones as much as we can with the black. And for those that we need to get the edges of, we can always come back in with a black pen afterwards and neaten them up that way. I was looking a little bit more arky at least. Right, now for the other ones. Maybe this is what I'm missing across some of this stuff. And this is where that's where the transfers might come in. Hockey day. We have Ork glyphed up. Although I'm thinking this needs a couple of lines just to sharpen it. Same with this side. Just to sharpen the spikes a bit. So let's see how it looks when I put it in place. If I can put it in place. I hope I still can. I should be able to. I kind of planned for that to be able to happen. Not so much on its own, really. It's supposed to come in as a full box. And that's the reason why I've not painted much on the other sides. So that we have the two speaker housings. I've noticed one of them and yeah. So I'm going to have to put something else more around this side. And possibly around the bottom here. Which can be done with card or without. But that is where the speaker housing is going to go and the entire unit itself. Well, as I said, the War Boss being in front of. Paint the base of 20 termagants? Hell no. Tea bags, PVA glue, done. Job, just entire army PVA glue, tea bags, done. Stick a few rocks on if you want. Just make sure there are rocks that are already rocks that you don't have to paint. I learned that lesson. I had to do 60. It was not fun. It was not fun. So can I bring this down to actually getting a... To actually get a... There we go. So the stage is actually filling out quite a bit now. Which I think is nice. Not too much orky-glyphy stuff going on the... Put them back on the right way around, because they're supposed to go that way around. Because, yeah, there are. There is a dude falling down the back, I know that much. Which shouldn't have. There's two dudes falling down the back, I think, now. 1, 2... Yeah, one's took a tumble forward, and another one's took a tumble down the back, which I can't get to because of putting this in place. Ah, come here, you little man. Can I get over the back? It was distorting my view a little bit, but I can't. I never said it was half-assed. I was just giving you a slightly quicker alternative. So, wave your arm around one, down there. And it's hard to see him at the moment. He is, down there. And both of these two are supposed to go up here. Maybe not exactly where I'm putting them right now, but roughly here. See, because they fall off a lot at the minute because I've not glued them in place. Once I've glued them in place, obviously they won't fall off as much. So you're going to have one more up there, and one more in there. And that obviously goes along with background. It is getting there. It is getting there. Now what to do with this area? That is a big question, isn't it? What do we do with that area? I could dry brush it Monfang in silver. Haven't got a lot of lead belcher. What I do have at this moment in time though is the brighter version. Yeah, that'll work. Right, let's do Monfang first. Yeah, see, I don't mind Ripper Swarms. It's a good nuisance unit. A very good nuisance unit. So, base Monfang Brown is what we're going to go for most of this area now. Oop, forgot to shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your band up. Shake your band up. Up, 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 up. Get a lot of the pain off. Get even more off your wrist. But I don't want too much off because I actually want quite a decent covering of general Monfang over all of this. A nice healthy covering of it. Ooh, some your cat and batting. Howdy do, mate. Howdy bloody do. I hope you're alright, mum and doggos. Still working on this bloody contraption. But it's getting there. It's getting there. spending a lot less time online at the moment though. A lot less time online. Although I have been doing some more gaming. How have you been? Thank you for coming and saying hi, mate. Because, yeah, how have you been? If you've got enough time before you go to bed. Apart from busy man working. We always know you're busy man working. You don't have to tell us you're busy man working. Always bloody working. Accumulated dirt at the front. And then dry brush it and feather it out. Move him back onto the platform so he doesn't get caught by this. Oh, lengths you have to go through just to get some kind of effect that you want. I'm going to have to get the airbrush out at some point doing this just to paint, just to airbrush a giant orc face on it. Especially over the Aquila. Fuck knows how I'm going to do that, but when I find a way, I suppose. Obviously I'm going to use the airbrush because, as I said, it's the easier way to do it, unless I print off a stencil. Yeah, essentially, yeah, trying the more real life things rather than the online things. Probably why we've not seen each other that much, mate. But I'm doing alright, Wedding plans are all going ahead of schedule. Alright, order my suits in a couple of months. Bit of a panic about the eating arrangements at the place that we chose to go to. Because a lot of the chain beef eaters and whatever the other ones are called, they're closing the restaurants down and they're attached to a hotel of some kind. It does put a little bit of doubt in your head. Still not sure if Joey and EB are going to be able to make it. I don't think EB will be, but I'm not sure about Joey. Good evening, Francois. Good evening. Obviously, make your invitations if you want to come over. The daytime's full at the minute, but if you want to come over for the evening, feel free. You do have an invitation. Captain, sorry. Francois was thinking, how the fucking hell am I going to get over? No. Captain's invitation is the one I was talking about if he wishes it. Right, so now we have a nice brown. I'm not even going to bother cleaning my brush on this instance. I'm just going to go get the silver. And go getting all those areas where the brown isn't as predominant or where I want to make shine a little bit more. So I have the option of airbrushing. I could sponge it on, I suppose. I could sponge it on. Do I have a sponge? That's the question. Do I have a sponge? Yeah, the only sponge I have is the one for the soldering iron. Bugger. At least I think it is. It appears to be at the moment, and it's not the type of sponge for a makeup sponge. It's that dry SpongeBob SquarePants type of sponge. Of course not. You live in a different bloody country. I mean, technically so does Captain, but Captain's is like a 20-minute puddle hop from, yeah. Plus me and Captain are friends in real life. I hope, at least, on my side. Met the missus, met me, gone out, got drunk, You know, a few of the things that you would generally do with friends that you would invite to your wedding. Especially for me, that's a very odd one because I don't quite go out and get drunk. So that's a very, very odd one. Why can't I find a bleeding sponge? I had loads of them at one point. I mean, I could stipple, but I don't really want to stipple. The airbrush is going to be too clean. The airbrush is going to be far too clean. Maybe wankers, but we've got 4 arms that can knock through walls. It's great. Right, let's see how this is going to work. What I'm going to use as my... that seems to be working. I like this idea. Snip, snip. I believe Sparkles has gone to bed. I'm alone. Just my pains beside me. So, we'll carry on bloody painting them. And there we have a very basic dabbed in arc lift that needs to be done. Quite a lot because pink's showing through because of what I had on my brush last. And I mustn't have cleaned it properly. Naughty, naughty me. Very naughty me. I'm not being sarcastic when I'm going to say, yes, I should have cleaned my fucking brush properly. I hope our captain has a good night. Beep beep for some reason. I don't know why. Just to make sure the eyes stand out a bit more. Hey, we're doing well. We're doing well. We've got arc glyphs on there. We've got an arc glyph on here now. A big arc face up there, obviously. Lots of guns, few Gretchen. I was going to say lots of Gretchen. We've got a few Gretchen. Possibly do with a few more. Might do some additions when 11th Gretchens come along. I don't know. Because they're going to be new Gretchen. And I might want a unit. I do have a runt herd, so I might want to keep a unit. So we shall see. But at least the dance floor arc glyph is looking a little bit better. Or at least the dance floor, should I say, is looking a little bit better. So it is moving on slowly but surely. So I'm going to have to extend the lights for the Christmas tree lights that are going to go around the back of the stage up there. Now those are going to be twinkly flashy lights all the time. They're not going to be anywhere near in sync with the music. Like, hopefully the Bluetooth speaker will be, which is going to go in behind there. This is the plan. No, I'm not a maniac. Yeah, I am. Who am I kidding? So we've got a dance floor. We've got a stage. We have Gretchen. We have a band. I'm probably going to find lots of stuff that I've missed on it. I'm going to have to go over and make a double checklist. Put in daylight. Where's the super rocker squig with a mohawk? He shaved his mohawk and got turned into a kick drum. Do you not remember? He is now a kick drum. No, I don't need 3 backup singers. We've got one. He's loud enough. Just one singer. And there are some... Gretchen are technically the security. Not that I think they'll be any good as security, but technically they're the security. Good news and bad... Oh. Go on, Graham. What's the good news and bad news? Good news is one board works, bad news is the other one doesn't. Good news, everything except for them 2 chips is okay. This is quite important because this is that section that both me and Graham are trying to get a single working piece out of. What's the good? What? Go on. Power's up. Bluetooth works. All the LED works. The LED works, but the speakers. So neither speaker works. Is that the only issue? If that's the only issue, I do have 2 other speakers here. You don't know if it's the chips or the speakers themselves. Well, if the chips are showing, I'm assuming you've tested the chips. As an assumption, I'm going to assume you've tested the chips. So it might be the speakers, in which case my speakers might work. If not, I might have to find a small pair of other speakers. I'm glad Sparkles has gone to bed. You'll Google it. No worries, thank you. Well, if it's just the speakers, as I said, I've got 2 speakers here that should work. Fingers crossed. The fact that you've managed to do all this in an evening, and it's taken me so long just to even try and get a board working is ridiculous. But if it's working, I'm not going to complain. So do we think we need to add anything more to this? Do we think we need to add anything more to this? Just to... I'm definitely going to have to do something in there, aren't I? I think I'm definitely going to have to put a light of some kind in there. So when it comes to extending the Christmas lights, I'm going to have to be very selective where I change them, which ones I remove, and how much length I give them. So I can put blue ones where I want blue, green ones where I want green, red where I want red, yellow where I want yellow. And hope it doesn't screw up the bloody thingies too much. That's going to be a fun one, but it should be much, much, much easier than the circuit board. I hope it's much, 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 much easier than the circuit board. Anyway, let's see if we can get them back in place. Or if not, then at least behind the thing so we can see flashing lights behind the thing so it looks semi-like it's gonna be. Let's see if we just bundle them all up like that for the minute and then try and move the watery stuff out of the way. Because that's a clever idea, because I'm not that dumb. I may be dumb, but I'm not that dumb. So, put your lights in there-ish, because that's roughly where lights are going to be. I think it's lovely them glitching and they're not going to work. So let's see how... Yeah, something like that. Sequential, no, slow glow, flash and chasing, slow fade, twinkle flash. So something like that. Ish. Is what it's going to look like, and obviously then it's going to have the music coming out of it. We can actually get the shot right and move the power supply out of the way, because that's... You're just determined to take a nosedive, you aren't you? The other one can stay up for now. The other three are even standing up, but you're just determined to take a nosedive. So as this is the closest I've ever actually had to have it being finished, what happens if we turn the exposure down? Actually, what happens if we just turn the light out? Oh, that's different. Okay. So I definitely need the light a bit brighter than that. Definitely need to light. See, now I'm playing about. Now I'm just playing. Well, hopefully, Francois, if, as Graham says, he's testing a couple of chips at the minute, there will be a LED board going back there. And that's kind of the main thing. Why can't I get this to just zoom out that little bit? Well, not so much zoom out, but... Just doesn't quite want to get everything in shot, does it? I think that's the closest I'm going to get. Now we try focusing. No, that didn't work. That's a bit better. And we shall end by putting the guitarist the right way around. With the song going off with this in the background. Thank you very much, Graham, for testing all those. I have to be up early in the morning because, well, I'm giving notice tomorrow. So I've got to be up really early in the morning. Thank you, everybody who's come to say hello and spend time with me tonight. And particular thanks to Graham for doing a lot of electronic work for me because I'm fucking useless. But until Monday, which is back to Berserkers. I will see you all later. Please have a good weekend. Drive safe. And yeah, I'm going to shut me up, put the music on. I'll let that run for a little bit. See how you all feel about it. Don't know how long let it run for. Might let it run for half an hour. Who knows. But that's me gone for the night. Drive safe.
the best. That's dead or nice. You just get garbage. More dagger. Dagger, 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 dagger. Go down, boys. Get cracky. Go down, boys. Get stuck in, boys. Go down, boys. Get cracky. Go down, boys. Get stuck in, boys.